Hi, welcome to another episode of Furman Transformation Podcast. Got a very cool episode planned for you guys today. So I want to get right into it. This episode is geared really to these growth stage tech companies where they've got a lot of great ideas. They've got a really cool product, but they just don't know how to move it. They don't know how to sell it. I'm going to break this down for you in a way that you can reframe what it means to sell something in a way that really, I believe, will really make sense and take a lot of the difficulty or the mental block out of trying to move that product or service. Okay, I'm going to make it very simple with this metaphor. Okay, today's episode, and this is a concept that literally changed my life when I realized this concept essentially caused a shift in the way I began to sell. All right, it's very simple. Today's episode is going to be selling or sell like an MD, right? Sell like a medical doctor, sell like an MD. Okay, what does that mean? So what does that mean? What does it mean to sell like an MD? Well, first of all, I think that people make selling out, especially if you've never been in sales and you're more of the tech, you've got those tech chops, and you've built great product and this and that. You've got money behind you, you got investors, but you don't know how to move it. I think it can be daunting. It can be a daunting task to figure out, how do I move this, or maybe you're scared to get on the phone because you don't even know what to say. This is going to reframe it for you and make it very simple. So how does an MD sell? If you think about that for a second, how does a medical doctor sell, right? Well, if you think about it, they don't really sell. I mean, they sell, they do move product and their services, yes, they prescribe things, but you don't think of it in terms of them selling you because they're just your doctor, right? They are a professional that you trust and you feel comfortable with enough to the point where you're going to let him evaluate you. And whatever he says, whatever he prescribes, you're going to take his word and you're going to follow through with that. Okay? You're going to listen to what he diagnoses and what he prescribes. That's an amazing concept. Okay? Because he is a salesman. Okay? Same thing with an attorney. Okay? He's a salesman as well. Any professional in any industry, your accountant, they're all salesmen. Okay? And I don't care what industry you're in, they're all salesmen. Okay? But I think the easiest way to look at it is think of it from the perspective of a doctor. Okay? So obviously you trust your doctor, whatever he says you're going to do, right? Why does that work? And how can you apply that concept to selling your product or your service? Okay? That's a good question. Well, first of all, I think you need to understand how a doctor sells. Okay? How does a doctor sell? Well, you've got the relationship with the doctor. You'll come in once a year. So you're gonna come in, right? You're gonna come in for a general physical, or maybe you're coming because you have you're not sure if you have a problem, but you want to just come in, you want to get it checked out. Okay, so you come into the doctor, you wait in line, you finally get in, you see him, you feel good once you see him because you feel comfortable. Okay, here's a professional, here's my doctor, I trust him, right? And he knows things that I don't know in the medical field. So there's an instant feeling of I'm in good hands, right? That's immediately something that you want to cultivate with your clients. But so far, that's where we're at, okay? So you feel comfortable with your doctor. Now, you walk into the waiting room. Sometimes you gotta wait a little. You gotta walk into the room. Sometimes you gotta wait a little bit till he comes in. But once he comes in, okay, he sits you down and he starts doing some tests, right? So maybe he's tapping your knee. Maybe he's looking inside your ear. Maybe he's taking some blood work. Shine a light in your eyes. You're doing all these little tests to see, how is your overall physical health? What kind of condition are you in? And if you had a specific problem, he might check more other things specifically or schedule a different type of test. But the main point here is what he's doing is he is essentially searching for pain points. Okay? That's it. He's looking for pain and the cause of pain. That's it. That's all he's doing, right? So if you came in with an ear infection, okay, you weren't really sure, you figured it could be something more serious, could be something less serious, but you just wanted to get it checked out. You come in, he's looking in your ear, does his little test, his little analysis, right? And he says, and then, after maybe a couple hours, he says, okay, you've got a simple ear infection, right? And a sore throat. So it's connected. You've got a little bit of an infection. What you're going to need, I'm going to go ahead and that's your diagnosis. That's what you're diagnosed you as having the ear infection. Okay. What you're going to need, I'm going to prescribe you, okay, antibiotics and anti-inflammatories. Here's the script. Take it to your pharmacy and you'll be all set. That's it, right? I know as soon as I walk out there, I don't know about you, but I'm going right to Walgreens. I'm getting my script. I'm going home and I'm going about my business. Okay? Why do I not think twice about it? Because, well, he's a doctor, but more importantly, someone that I trust. I trust him as an expert. Okay? He evaluated everything about me. He found a pain. He diagnosed and put a label on what that pain was, identified the pain, and then he gave me a solution or a prescription to the pain, making me feel good and happy and go home and then go about my business. And then I'm happy. Beautiful, beautiful confrontation, a beautiful, beautiful thing, right? Excellent. So why was that so seamless? How can we now sell like an MD? Well, it's very simple. All you have to do is change your mindset. If you can see yourself as an expert that people want to come to and simply have that frame of mind and realize that you are an expert, whatever product you have, you probably know more about that product than 99% of the average consumers because you've put all your time and energy into creating the product. So if anybody knows that product, it's you, and you know that. And so use that to your advantage in positioning yourself as an expert, and people will feel comfortable coming to you because they'll know that you can help them with that. So take an example. Let's say you're an advertising agency, and you have a prospect called you up off of a lead that came in, and he's talking to you. He's saying, I think I might need some help. I want to grow, but I don't really know where, what I need help with. Tell me a little bit about what you do. I'll stop right there and I'll say, listen, I appreciate the call. Thanks so much. It's great to hear from you. I always love finding out about about prospects, my clients. But before I go into too much about me, tell me a little bit about you, right? Tell me a little bit about you and your programs and what you're doing. And I want to know about you. And what I'm really doing is I'm saying, well, let's take a step back before we go into my product, because I don't want to just sell you something to sell you something. That's essentially what I'm saying to him. I'm not saying it, but I'm saying that. Okay. I want to find out if there's even a pain. I want to find out if you have a pain, because if you don't have a pain, I'm not going to prescribe you antibiotics. That would make me a bad doctor, right? So I'm showing him I've got a level of respect for him right there. They said, look, tell me a little bit about you. All right, what are you doing for this, right? What are you doing for your social media, right? What are you doing? How are you engaging your prospects? What kind of lead funnels are you utilizing? How is your website optimized? He may go through all these things and say, oh, that's good. I got no problem with this. I may then get to the SEO and say, how's your SEO? Are you doing this? Do you have internal links? Do you have alt text? Are you good on your keywords? Do you have a way of getting in good keywords? Are you happy with the keywords you're using? Do you think you're competitive? Do you have good local SEO as well as national SEO? I may then get to backlinks and say, how is your backlinking? Do you have a good amount of backlinks with good relationships and good partners? He may say, I don't really have a lot of backlinks. I don't really know what to do for that. I say, well, that's perfect. I've got plenty of relationships where I can help you in that industry specifically, that we can sort of facilitate these relationships and start getting you connected with some of these other sites that may be an authority figure in these areas, and help you out. I mean, is that something that you think would be a fit for you? So, do you think that curing the ear infection would be a fit for you? What is he going to say? Of course it's going to be a fit for me. No, I want to stay with the ear infection, right? Of course he's going to say yes. So he'll say, yeah. He'll say, yeah, I think it is a fit. And you're halfway there because he's already said, look, I think this is a fit. Okay? So perfect. Okay, so that's perfect. Well, let me do this. Let me go ahead and I've got a lot of things going on right now. Let me go ahead and put some stuff together for you. I want to put a proposal together. I've got all kinds of media kits and things like that, but I want to send you something very custom tailored, and I want to put a very specialized program together for you that's custom tailored to how I see your company and what I think I can do for you. Let me do that. Give me a couple hours, right? Give me till end of day. I will have something at the latest to you by end of day today. I'm gonna have a very customized, very tailored, beautiful proposal together for you. Okay? Beautiful. And so you're essentially getting him to, you're telling him, look, I'm going to have your complete diagnosis and prescription, which is your proposal, over to you by end of day. Perfect. Does that sound good? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, great. Okay, great. Well, let me go ahead and let's do this. Like I said, again, I said I'm going to get this over to you by end of day. I'm going to put some time into it. I'm going to get this all real nice for you. What I'd like to do is I want to go ahead and put a tickler on the calendar, because first of all, I want to give you some time to really think it over and mull it over. Once you've had some time to really digest and understand your prescription. I'm going to insert, like, because I'm talking to you, your prescription. Once you've had a chance to really internalize the proposal, I want to go ahead and circle back next week, sort of touch base, go through it with you, and then see what we can do about moving forward. Okay? When would be a good time for you next week? Are you free? I'm pretty much open on Tuesday and Thursday, anytime in the afternoon. When would be a good time for you? 3 o'clock? Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect, Jim. Well, let me go ahead and send you over a calendar invite, and I'll get you conferenced in. I'll send you the dial in on the conference call. You can just dial right in. So on Thursday, 3 o'clock, you've got the dial in information. Dial right in. I'm usually on there a couple minutes early, and I will look forward to talking to you then, and we'll get right to it. Okay? Okay, thanks so much, Jim. I appreciate it. All right, you got it. Okay, talk to you soon. Okay, bye. So what I did is I just searched his pain points. I found a solution. Okay? I prescribed him a proposal. And when I get on that call, just depending on what the sales cycle is, I mean, because some of these, sales cycles, if it's a small product versus if it's a huge product, $1 million product, it's going to take time. It's not always going to be a 2-call close, but you got to look on the next call. I'm either closing him or I'm moving that to the next call, maybe with his team, with a bigger amount of his team. So, but I'm moving to a close. So yes, it is a different level of how you're closing him is a little bit more elongated. But if it's a typical product, especially if you're B2C, you could close them right on that second call, no problem. Why not? Right? You went on it, you went through it, everything looks good. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. Does it sound good? Does it work for you? Perfect. Okay, well let me go ahead and put it together in insertion order. I'll get it all lined out. I'll send it over to you. Make sure everything looks good. Okay, if everything looks good, go ahead and sign it. Send it back to me. As soon as I get that back, we'll get this locked and loaded. We'll get you going. Okay, sound good? Okay, great. All right, thanks so much, Jim. I look forward to working with you soon. Okay, you got it. Okay, bye. And I just closed them just like that. Okay, again, the key, reframe your mind. Forget about the stigma of sales and all the complexities that you might think sales is. It's very simple. When you understand it and when you're able to reframe it in this way, okay, and I want you to really try this, because when you're able to do it, you actually have to reframe it in your mind. Imagine that you are a medical doctor prescribing, diagnosing a problem, prescribing a solution. You got to find the pain first. You diagnose the problem, you prescribe a solution, and then you'll close it. Okay? And one more thing I'll say is a good doctor only prescribes what's necessary, right? So with the same approach, with great power comes great responsibility. You don't ever want to sell somebody something that they don't need. So even if you could, if you had him, you don't want to do that. If he legitimately does not need what you're selling him, you say, look, I mean, to me, it seems that you probably got this covered. I think in this situation, it probably isn't a fit. But if there's anything else I can do for you, just give me a call. And I'd love to work with you. Okay? And now you've built a relationship. And not only that, but because you were very genuine and real with him, now you've got a relationship and not just a close. And maybe he refers you to 5 other people. And that's how we build our businesses. All right. Thanks again. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the episode today. If you got any questions, feel free to reach out. Again, this is a Furman Transformation podcast. We are a growth agency for tech companies. We're catalyzing a lot of this growth right now. And if you need help with biz dev, we want to hear from you, whether it's PR, sales, marketing, solutional problems that you've got, you want help, you feel free to reach out. You give me a call and we'll talk. Again, it's Jonathan Furman, Furman Transformation 561-571-0638. And we look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks so much. Bye.